I've used this single leg deadlift variation for a ton of different stuff, including my own back rehab. Now, it fills a lot of different roles, but the main thing that you need to know about it is that it just creates a way, because of this band pull, to essentially get into our hip external rotators, aka our side butt. So what we should be feeling is kind of like this area right here when we do it, and we do it well. And at the same time, because of what we're doing with the band and like it's pulling you in a direction, it activates or makes us use our adductors, which helps to influence the pelvis position. So maybe in a different way than what we're used to. So whether you're having knee pain, hip pain, back pain, you can fill a lot of gaps with it, and I assign it in different ways. Setting this up, you need a big heavy band though. So something that will give you some fight and want to pull you back in a direction, and you need some sort of anchor to put that onto. So I use my cable station. So what I want to do is make sure that I'm stepping out sideways and to the point where I can still straighten my leg. I'm really getting pulled, which means I'm fighting through my inner thigh, but I'm not getting pulled over. And I want to make sure this is pulling sideways rather than being in front of me, so pulling me kind of sideways and off, like forward or behind me. So it doesn't really matter like the orientation of like where you are in space. It's just like make sure that the pull feels like it's coming out from your hip. So from there, we're gonna set this up in what the ultimate position is supposed to look like, but there are a couple regressions to this if you find that this is too difficult or just really you're struggling with the balance piece, which is normal. And I'll give you some opportunities to scale it back so you can sort of build back up to the ultimate position, but I'll show you that first. So ultimately what we're looking for is we're going to do a single leg RDL. So we're gonna drive the knee, we're gonna bend at the waist, we're gonna reach for this front leg toe, and then we're gonna drive the knee again, tapping with the opposite hand. So I'm gonna go opposite hand to my down leg on the reach, and then I'm gonna drive the knee and opposite hand touch when I'm at the top. Reach, push the stand up, tap the leg. So that's what we're looking for. What we should get from that is lots of work through this standing leg hip. Now, things to watch out for on this one is the band's gonna pull you. So you do have to sort of lean a little bit into the band. It'll help keep you stable. And then at the top, you'll feel a ton of side butt. So just standing here, like I'm feeling this hip working. And if I'm not, then I need to make sure to get enough band pull or move a little bit off to, well, basically away from the anchor. When I bend to the waist, I'm still keeping a nice strong upper body position so that shoulders down away from the ears. I'm gonna bend, and then I only reach as far, or I bend as far as I still have control. So I'm letting the head follow the body, I reach, keep control, then I push through the floor, and then I drive my opposite knee as high as I can get it, and I try to tap. Now, that is a bit of a balance game. So where we might start, if that feels really challenging, is we kickstand. So we do a kickstand single leg RDL. So in this case, my back foot gets lined up with my back heel, trying to line up the toe. I try to make sure to keep each foot in line with each respective hip. And then from there, I still find my top position. Then I bend at the waist and I reach with the opposite hand to my front leg. And I stand up and I just repeat. So I'm eliminating the knee drive if I'm really scaling this back. So I should still feel this hip working. I should feel maybe a little bit of a stretch in that hamstring that's on the ground. And once you're ready for that, you can start adding in the knee drive to the kickstand. So knee drive, but I still come back to a kickstand and repeat. And then the ultimate, once we've mastered that, is obviously start floating the back leg. So reach, knee drives. And that's what we're looking for. So I'd usually do like 8 to 10 reps on each side to start. There might be a different assignment in my own workouts that I put out there, but that gives you a guideline of what to look for. Get a few sets in, get a good pump, and just take note of how that makes you feel as far as like low back, hips, knees, because oftentimes there's an influence on how that feels afterwards. You might feel a little bit more locked in, maybe a little bit looser, a little more stable. And then that's it. Hope you enjoy. Bring it.